And we have an audio, we have a video. Welcome, Rockstars. It's your Coach Borino. How are you today? Lovely day. Good to see you, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Borino Live. All week we've been talking about videos. We've been talking about how to reach more people, get your name out there, establish your brand, let people know, hey, here's who I am. This is where I work. This is what I do, and here's how I can help you. We've been talking about the exposure you can gain now using simple, short little videos recorded. Most of them you can do on your smartphone. And today, I have 10 topics, 10 video subjects that you should absolutely include. None of that is complicated. None of it requires big production, bunch of editing, expensive systems, software, apps, cameras, none of that. You can do it all on your smartphone. You can do it by yourself. I mean, somebody can help you. That's great. They can film you or they can drive for you because a couple of them require a little bit of driving to make them interesting. But the bottom line is this, friends. I've been talking about video for long time. I've been teaching the Video Bootcamp, which I would like to invite you. Go check it out if you haven't already. realestatevideoplus.com. Go check it out. It's a really good class we're starting on Monday. But I've been talking about video for a long time. Now is the time to do it. Why? Remember the movie Perfect Storm, where there's a convergence of these perfect conditions? We are in it right now. Not a storm, but a perfect opportunity. Here's why. Majority of the people are still working out of the home and they're bored out of their mind. They're consuming a lot of content, and statistic after statistic, I mean, look at this one. I have one for you right here. Shows that majority of the people are on social media consuming video, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram to an extent. That's where people are. And that's where you should be. That's where your face should be constantly present. And today I will show you 10 things you can do to expand that presence, to let the world know, okay? That's where your audience is. You gotta be where your people are. You've gotta be where your audience is. Bianca, stop. And they're consuming video. So you grab a phone, shoot some videos, post it on social media, establish your presence. This also demonstrates I'm an authority, I'm an expert, I use the latest technology, I can be trusted, I am present, and I help people just like you. People are watching, people are consuming it. So what's really stopping you? What's really in the way? Why not make videos? Well, very frequently I get the question saying, well, I don't know what to talk about. Yesterday we talked about how to be comfortable on camera. So you can't say, I don't know how to be, I'm comfortable on camera. Who cares? Get out there. People want to see your videos. They want to get your message. So be present. Today we're going to cover the second most frequently asked questions. What do I talk about? I'll help you with that. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments. We'd love to answer them. We'd love to help you because I would not. Hey, David, what's up? What's the link for Video Bootcamp? It is, let me show you, realestatevideoplus.com. Check it out, David, if you haven't signed up yet, or all of you guys. Let me put it in the comments too as well. Plus.com Bootcamp. Go check it out. It's a good class. It will help you become good with video. Comfortable, competent, provide video that includes two things, and these are vital in your videos. Your video will crash and burn if you don't have these two things in place. They're boring and they're not helpful. Those are the two reasons people will tune out. And throughout the bootcamp, and today I will give you topics that are interesting, that speak to a specific person, to a specific group, that will address the specific lead group or prospects or even sphere that may send you referrals. Fair enough? That will help you position as the authority. That's the point. The purpose of these videos is through repetition to establish your brand. But more than just, hey, another real estate agent, everybody can do that. You're the authority. And more than just authority, with repetition of the video, you become authority celebrity. So you're not just an expert on real estate in your marketplace. You're the celebrity, meaning you get recognized. People recognize it. People know your face. People know who you are. Video is perfect for that. You have people at home consuming content. You have people who have a lot of questions these days about the real estate market. Most people get these bits of news from social media and television and other news outlets about it's a crazy market, a lot of demand. But what does that mean? See, the purpose of your videos, the purpose that will position you as the authority expert, is not just to provide information. There's plenty of information. That's why it's so silly. I still see these offers. Get a free home evaluation. Nobody gives a shit anymore. First of all, it's flooded. Everybody runs these ads. It's all over the place, number one. Number two, I can as an anonymous homeowner, go on Zillow, check my property value right there. Don't have to give up any contact information, don't have to give up any email, phone number. Nobody's going to bother me. It's anonymous, it's instant, doesn't cost anything, it's free. We both know it's not very accurate, but for most homeowners, that good enough is good enough. And they'd rather get, you know why? Not just because it's free, it's anonymous, but because many agents are wrong. Many agents don't get the pricing right, so there's not a whole lot of trust. You with me? So we replace these beat up offers that no longer pull good leads with something that's fresh. Here's the difference. You don't offer information. You offer information with insight. There is too much information already. There is data overload already. We actually have apps on our systems now that block information. Where you come in as the subject matter expert is, here's the information, and here's what it means. And here's what you can do with that information. And you speak to a very specific audience. They can be a buyer, they can be a seller, they can be an investor, and today I will give you some topics that will address these. Cool? Yes? That's what we're going to talk about. All right. You're welcome, David. Sign up. I'll see you in the bootcamp. We're starting on Monday, guys. Okay, so go check it out. So now let's talk about the topics. My recommendation, especially if you haven't done a whole lot of videos, you promise you're going to start, yes? You see the opportunity. There's no excuse. Don't buy into your own bullshit stories why you can't do it. Everybody can do video. Everybody should be doing video. No matter how you feel about being old, being too fat, being unattractive, this is who you are. People don't do business with you because you're gorgeous. I would go hungry if I got my real estate coaching clients simply based on my looks. I would have to downsize, you know what I mean? So it's not about that look. Your look needs to portray trust. So yeah, there are certain elements that are important. Notice I never teach your lives, never do these coaching sessions with you dressed like in a casual t-shirt or sloppy. Because clothing communicates on a subconscious level that you visually register. You matter to me, this is important to me, there's a certain status behind it. So I always try to dress casual but nice, because I do know that appearance matters to a certain extent. But beyond that, the weight, hey, we're in COVID, you know, everybody's gained to put on a few pounds. I know you have, I know I have, so it is what it is. And at the end, the person they see on video will be the person that shows up at the listing appointment or the buyer's appointment. You with me? On contrary, being familiar with you in advance is a huge advantage that video provides right now, especially when most people walk around in face masks. To be able to see you, the way you look, the way you speak, to create that sense of familiarity is essential. That's why video is such a powerful marketing psychological tool. Because it builds that trust, that connection where people feel they know you. Like you and I, maybe you've never met, maybe we've never talked, and yet don't you feel like there is some kind of a connection, like a relationship? That's the power of video. That's why we're so awestruck when we see a celebrity, when we see a movie star. You with me? You can create the same thing. Now, you don't need to go worldwide, you don't need to go across the country, you just need to establish it in your specific area. And right now, where most agents are still kind of scratching their head, how do I start? How do I go about it? What do I need to do? You can take advantage. You can be the market leader doing what most people are not doing. Yeah? Is that helpful? You're with me? So now let's talk about the video topics. First, all you really need is a smartphone. Especially the new smartphones are good. Now, if you want to invest a few $100, we'll talk about gear and mistakes and the technical stuff tomorrow. But this is the camera I recently got. This is a Sony ZV-1. And it is light, it's portable, and what I like about it is you can flip the screen. So, see? Here, make sure it's on. There you go. You can now see yourself there. So it's a cool little camera. It's a few $100. It's nice. And this is a Rode professional microphone. This is the entire setup if you really want to like crank it up a notch and do something more than just a smartphone. But in most cases, you really don't even need this. Smartphone is good enough. And there are apps that will allow you to do some basic editing on your smartphone. You're in business. See, the impact of your videos is not in creating these polished, amazing drone shot property videos with lavish models and beautiful scenery and all that. It is you connecting with your audience, talking about topics that matter to them, talking about things that they want to hear about, that they're curious about. So it's almost as if you create a little news station, so to speak, letting people know what's going on in the world of real estate or in your community. Make sense? All right, so now, let's start with this one, video topics. I'm gonna give you about 10. In the video bootcamp, you're gonna get a whole workbook from me. that has over 100 topics. So you can literally just go down the checklist and start cranking out these little videos. And imagine what would happen if every week you publish 1 or 2 videos, people start consuming it. I mean, the challenge we're going to issue in the bootcamp is every single one of you to have at least 1,000 views by the end of the bootcamp. Many of you will crush it. Some of you did it with 2-3 videos right out of the gate. But that is the challenge. So now imagine 1,000 people consume your content where they see your face, they know who you are. They start positioning you or connecting you with everything real estate. So when they're thinking about buying or selling, or they hear, hey, my aunt wants to sell her townhouse, you are on top of their mind, simply because you're publishing these short little videos. Here's topic number 1. 5 things you need to know before you move to insert your town. So like in my area, for example, if I were to make a video, 5 things you need to know before you move to Arlington, Virginia. What do people need to know? And this can be one longer video, or it can be a series of videos, 3-4 minute videos. That's all you really need. So what can you talk about? What do people care about? Especially if they have children, schools. Can you talk about a little bit about schools? Now, instead of just telling, what makes video so powerful is you can take us on this journey. So what can you do? Take your spouse, you drive, your spouse holds your phone, films you as you're driving, and you're telling us, hey, this is the high school called blah, blah, blah. And this is why this high school is special. It has the best football team in the region. Let's go to the next one. This is the middle school. This is the grammar school. This is this, this is that. And you show us a little bit. Maybe you can show 1 or 2 statistics, but a word of warning on all of these, all of your videos. Don't overload people with too many statistics. The purpose of these is not to do economy 101, real estate 101. It's to give some little bit of an information. And there are sites and resources where you can pull information about the school. Just give it to them. Show them how far they are, maybe include a little shot of the screen of the map where they're located. Good enough. Good enough, okay? What else can you talk about? You can talk about my favorite pizza, my favorite family diner, my favorite coffee shop, my favorite anything in this neighborhood. So before somebody moves into Arlington, Virginia, you need to know where to get the best groceries, where there is the best pub for microbreweries, any of that stuff. And here is my suggestion. Start talking about stuff you're passionate about, you enjoy. Like if you were to move in my area, the first thing I would recommend is Paisanos, our favorite pizza on Friday night. We have pizza movie night, and we order 2 extra large, extra crispy, double pepperoni, pineapple pizzas. I know, some of you purists right now going, pineapple on pizza, somebody killed that man. That's our favorite, and it comes from Paisano. There's also Pupatella, another phenomenal pizza, but the difference is Paisanos delivers, Pupatella you need to sit. And if you go there on Saturday and Sunday, if you go there on Friday and Saturday, you're going to wait for about half an hour. It's busy. That's how good it is. Now I have a video. And now somebody who's considering moving there may be interested, but here's where it's even better. This will be consumed by people who live there. And when they see you talk about intelligently about the neighborhood where you not just know about it, you are familiar with it, maybe you live there, that changes your positioning. That changes the perception of you. So if I, as a seller, see your videos in my social media feed on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, I immediately, in my mind, start positioning you differently than all the other agents who still sending those cheesy postcards offering free CMA. Makes sense, doesn't it? All right, what else can you talk about? 5 facts about Arlington, Virginia. Problems, like traffic. Interesting bits. Like, for example, Amazon store is moving into an area nearby. That's that cashierless system. You can talk about that. People are curious. People would be interested. You can talk about famous landmark or famous people who live in your neighborhood. You can even interview 3-4 people who live there saying, what is the one thing you like the most about living in Arlington? And you can have an entire video series. Now, here's the cool part. In the title, you're now establishing as an expert for real estate in Arlington, Virginia. You can do the same for another city. So you live in an area where there are 2-3 distinct locations. You can show us on the map. You can cut to a screen on the map. And you can tell us. And then you can do another one for something else. So this can multiply into multiple videos put in multiple channels. That's how you create what I teach called omnipresence, where no matter where people are, what channel they're on, they cannot escape you. That's how you create familiarity. That's how you build trust. So that's topic number 1. Rule there, as with all of these videos, is show and tell. That means if you can, get in a car and show us. Don't just tell us. Show us the pizza. Maybe even order the pizza. Maybe the pizza would like to contribute with some free pizzas to be part of your promotion of the pizza. You with me? Or at least mention a local business, especially now a lot of local businesses, especially independent, small mom and pop shop, need all the help they can get. Why not help them out? You with me? Do that. All right. Treat the video and talk to the video as if that was a potential client sitting in your car. So when somebody flies into the town or drives down to Arlington, Virginia, says, you know what, we're thinking about moving here. Can you give us a quick tour? Where would you take them? What would you tell them? Treat the camera as a person. Treat the camera as a prospect, as a potential prospect who is curious, who has questions. And then just answer those questions. Está bien? All right. Today I'm on dog duty. There she is. Okay. I have our puppy, our little Bianca, here with us. So I want to make sure she's okay. Topic number 2. What can home buyers buy in Arlington, Virginia in June 2021? What can home buyers buy in Arlington, Virginia in 2021? What could I buy? If I were to buy a home in your town, what would I get? And then you can break it down. Like in my area, here is the first-time buyer options. Show me. And you can literally drive by some of the homes. If you can't get permission, use some pictures from the actual properties. That's cool. Incorporate them in your video. So you can divide it. Here are townhomes, here are condos. We have some of those here in Arlington. Here are some starter homes, first-time buyer home options. Boom, 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 boom. Show me. And I know that by the time this video is released and consumed, a lot of these will be sold. It's a crazy seller's market. But it gives me an idea what I can get. What about luxury, move-up options? You can make a video about that. Here's what's currently available in that area. What about new construction? If you have new constructions, talk about that. Now, you can also make a video, what will first-time home buyers mid-range look like? What will get you $500,000 in Arlington, Virginia? Make a video about that. Show us. Don't just tell us, show us, okay? Pick maybe 3, maybe 4 homes. If you can do the interior, that's fantastic. If not, outside is good, exterior is good. Show us a little bit of a street, some amenities. Now, if you have the permission, access the property, that's better. Vary the styles and neighborhoods. And maybe you can pick 2 or 3 that sold recently. So you can give the potential buyers, potential sellers as well, an idea what's going on. And also then show it on the map. And now you can make several videos on this topic. Here's another one. And this is something you can do every month. Monthly update, real estate update for Arlington, Virginia for the month of June 2021. And think of this as a segment on television where you update on real estate. Now again, remember, not a lot of data. You don't want to show a whole bunch of graphs and numbers and percentages. Just 3 or 4 data points that matter. So you can prepare a little slideshow like I would probably do it on Keynote or on PowerPoint. Just a few little things. It's mostly you on camera, and then you can cut and show just a few statistics, core statistics. You can talk about how many listings there are currently on the market, how many pendings, what sold recently, what is the average days on the market, what is the average price. Give us the highest price that recently sold. Show a little home. Make it visual. That's the power of video. It's not just you talking, it's you showing as well. Okay? So you can say we had 27 properties sold in the last 30 days, price range, examples, and so on. And then you summarize. Remember, you don't give just information, you give insights. So you say something like, demand, especially for the Stonehill area, is very high. Average sales price is $743,000 right now. The average increase is $81,000 compared to the same month last year. Market is appreciated on average 11%, but the inventory has dropped about 30%. We used to have 80 to 90 homes on the market in Arlington. Now we're down to 40. Thank you very much for watching. This is Borino. If you have any questions, if there's anything I can do, please post in the comments, reach out and let me know. Done. Every month you can crank these out. And again, if you're in an area where there are multiple locations or multiple markets, publish these, make these. No fancy production, a couple of slides on PowerPoint, some pictures, maybe a video if you can do it, maybe show us that high-end home that recently sold. This, again, will resonate not just with buyers, but with sellers. And now you're attracting seller leads. Now you're attracting referrals in those areas. And people who are searching will suddenly start seeing your videos talking about the market in Arlington, Virginia. Heck, you can do it every 2 weeks. If the market is vibrant enough, if there's enough change, talk about it. Why not? Maybe even weekly. Yeah, you like? You thumbs up? Is good. You can also give quick updates like new development on Main Street with 33 nice new residential condos. Construction just started. They're planning to open summer 2022. Something interesting, something helpful. Talk about interest rates, how long a home stays on the market, talk about your most recent listing if you have one there. You can say, my new listing on Green Avenue was on the market for 4 days. We received 28 offers. We're currently under contract. The asking price was $750,000. We sold over asking price. Show pictures, maybe make it even more interesting. Put the seller on camera if they're willing to do that. Ask them a couple of questions about their experience. Now you're including third-party endorsement of yourself. Speaking of endorsements, here's a nice little post from one of the graduates. I mean, there's a whole bunch on that page if you go to realestatevideoplus.com, but this is my man Jerry Chopik, great agent, who says, one of the best online courses I've taken on any topic. So far, I've generated about $30,000 in commissions directly attributed to my videos. That's a good investment. Jerry, thank you so much for those kind words. So you invest $100 to the video bootcamp to make 30, that's a good deal. Now, I can promise you you're going to get the same results, but a lot of people are getting great results, and I would like for you to as well get more clients, get more referrals. So do check out the bootcamp. For those of you who are curious about the URL, here it is, realestatevideoplus.com. Okay, let's talk about more topics. How to buy your first investment rental property in Arlington, Virginia. Some information, what every potential investor needs to know. Ideas, examples, some prices, especially if you work investors or you attract investors. Good topic. Here's another one. 5 mistakes even seasoned investors make. What you need to know before buying an investment property. You can make the same video, 5 mistakes sellers make when they're selling their rental properties. Here's why this topic may be pretty hot this year. You know how the eviction moratorium has been extended till about June. Sometime in the near future, sooner or later, that's going to get lifted. It has to. And there will be a lot of homeowners, a lot of investors or landlords who own rental properties who will try to get rid of it, who will be sick and tired of dealing with tenants, especially tenants who don't pay. They have to still pay mortgage. It's a financial burden. It's cumbersome. They will unload. Making these videos with tips that they need to know, good advice that they're looking for, positions you as a matter expert. Because they're not going to look just for a real estate agent. They're going to look for an expert. They're going to look for someone who knows how to deal with not just a single family home, but a single family that still may be tenant occupied, or that after it's vacant needs to be cleaned up, needs to be repaired, so you have access to handyman, contractors, cleaning services, carpet cleaners, etc. And you can mention all these things and why it's important when it comes to selling a rental property. Good topic. Here's another one. Should I rent or should I sell my property before moving up? This, again, addresses a very specific segment where people say, well, we're thinking about renting it out, we're thinking about selling. What's better? Offer pros and cons to both. Things to consider before you move up to your new home. 3 pros, and it can be something like long-term appreciation value, tax write-off, building wealth, or anything else. Cons will be vacancy, if you have a tenant there, right, you rent it out. Dealing with tenants, financial liability, and other stuff that, especially if you have experience in this area, share that. Don't just make stuff up. So if you don't deal with this, or if any of this makes no sense to you, skip that topic. But if you can share some insights, information, plus here's what it means, you can make great videos. Here's another one. A lot of people want to know this. How has the pandemic impacted our real estate market here in Arlington, Virginia? Make it short, make it simple. Don't offer opinions. Don't offer speculation, just facts. How has the process changed? And I would start with something like, many folks are wondering, is this a good time to sell? Has the COVID really impacted the market here? Well, here's what's going on. And then I would walk them through the process. Has the marketing changed? Of course it has. How do we show property so that everybody's safe? The buyers is safe, the buyer's agent is safe, the seller is safe. What are the precautions and what are the parameters of showing properties? What is e-documents? How is everything signed electronically these days? And all these things that you can mention. If you do open houses, how is the procedure for an open house to keep the seller safe, keep the property clean, keep the buyer safe? And you can make 3, 4, 5 important points to let people know. But underneath it, you always want to embed a certain emotion. Like, if you really analyze my videos, whether on YouTube or here or on Facebook, each one of my videos has usually a general emotion embedded in. Can you guess what it is? Like in this one, my general intention was to make you feel like I can do this. Whether you're going to join the bootcamp or not, doesn't matter. I would love for you to come. It's a great class and I will help you with all this, build you these skills and tools and systems. But underneath that, I want you to feel a sense of hope. I want you to feel like, shit, this really is a great opportunity. I can really get on camera, start publishing these videos. They take very little time. It's not like you're going to spend hours doing it. It's not going to replace prospecting. It's not going to replace your follow-up. It's going to enhance all of that. It's going to reach audience that you may not have otherwise been able to communicate with and connect with. That's the beauty of it. It's going to take a few minutes, a little bit of a commitment, and some knowledge, of course. Where do I post these videos? How do I come up with good titles? What are the tags on YouTube? Should I link my video from YouTube to Facebook, or should I post on Facebook? Should I post on my personal page? All these questions. I get it. There's quite a bit. But once we start breaking it down and doing it daily, it's going to be like posting on social, like typing a little post you do now. But instead of just typing, you're going to be talking to camera and posting that. It really can be as simple as that. And once you get the habit of it going and develop certain skill with repetition, you can totally crush it. And you can be like my man Jerry or many others. There are agents who get a boatload of exposure and leads. And very often it can be a combination where you send a postcard to someone and says, wait a second, that looks familiar. I think I saw that face somewhere. And they saw a video, or vice versa. Next one, home sellers. Avoid these 3 mistakes that can cost you up to $8,000. Now, if you're thinking about selling sometime in the future, maybe now, maybe later, and you see a title like that of a video with a local real estate expert, wouldn't you be curious? Wouldn't you click on it? And you can mention things like, a property wasn't staged, or it used bad photos, or the access sucked, or something that can cost homeowners a lot of money in this market. Same thing for buyers. You can do mistakes that buyers make. Downsizing, 5 things you need to know before you make a decision. Moving up to a larger house. Now with all the families and all the people being cooped up in one house like we are here, fortunately the house is big enough for all of us. But kids are home, they have school only twice a week now. So we're happy, that we're glad and lucky really, that we have enough space here, but some people don't. And they're seriously considering moving up. Can you make a video about that? How do I go about it? What are the steps? Where do we start? Okay? Same thing about downsizing. Now with downsizing, here's the thing. I live in a community where there's a big chunk of it are people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. And some of these folks don't go on YouTube and watch videos. But when the time comes and their age is high enough where the house is too big, or it's just too much care that they cannot give the property, they're starting to consider moving to a townhouse, moving to Florida, or moving to a retirement home. So it may not be them watching those videos, but guess who is? Who's going to take care of those old parents? Their kids and their grandkids. And those, my friends, are consuming a lot of video. So if they go on YouTube and they see your video where you giving expert advice what to do about aging parents who own a property that's too big, who are thinking about either retiring to Florida or moving to a retirement home, here are 5 tips that you need to know before you make a decision. Now you're their person. You're their expert. Next, 3 most important lessons I've learned in the last 5 years as a real estate agent. And this is one of those videos that you can make very authentic, that it doesn't need to be scripted. I mean, none of these should be scripted. I would just write down a simple bullet points, a little outline of things that I want to talk about, rehearse it a little bit, just like read it out loud, like I did. I typed this up on my computer. Some of it I took straight from the video boot camp, and I just did my highlights, went over it in my head so that I'm prepared. I can share with you something that I know you will find helpful. So you'll do the same. But it's not about memorizing it. It's not about being scripted. On the contrary, if you start doing scripts and if you start doing this delivery, you're going to come across as very unauthentic, very stiff, very wooden. That's the last thing you want. That's a death of a video. So you want to be authentic. That means you include a little mistakes. Like yesterday, we started the live and I kept pushing the audio button on and the audio wasn't coming through. I didn't freak out. We restarted the system, came back on, and it worked just fine. But this makes it real. It makes it authentic, which is what people crave the most. See, nobody wants to be sold on video. Don't make videos about, I got this lovely 4-bedroom home split level for $497,000. If you're interested in living in this home, please call me now. That's like an infomercial. Fuck that. Nobody wants to see that. You're not going to get much traction on that. Instead, come up with videos with these topics and many others to make you look authentic, to make you look as an authority. Now, can you make a video to promote your listing? Absolutely. That should be part of your mix. But there's way more to it than just pitching your latest listing. There's authenticity, a little bit of humor, some insight, and something helpful. And then you wrap it into something that's fun to watch, where it's not just one talking head talking or a picture of a house. It's a little more than that. Yeah, maybe you move around a little, maybe you cut to a few things or do that PowerPoint keynote presentation about the market, just a few simple short things, some pictures, you're golden. Best part, if you don't want to mess around with editing, you can. I mean, a lot of it you can edit on smartphone. A lot of the videos you see on YouTube is just me. I shot it on an iPhone, edited on an iPhone using Viva Video, boom, done. You can use iMovie, Viva, there's a whole bunch of little apps, and in the bootcamp I'll show you how to do some basic edit. But you can hire somebody. I mean, go on Fiverr for $5-10. Somebody will nicely, professionally edit your video that's ready to post, that represents your brand, who you are, and what you do. But don't overthink it. It doesn't need to be polished. On contrary, if the video is too polished, too salesy, if you have all these flying graphics and text and flashy stuff, it starts smelling like selling. It starts putting people off because people don't want to be sold. They don't want to be manipulated. They want to engage. They want to consume your information. They even want to reach out when they're ready. They will engage you with questions. They will engage you. They will work with you. They just don't want to be manipulated and sold. So if your video is too salesy, too good, that's a negative. That's a deterrent. That's why I make videos that are authentic, with imperfections and all. Yeah? All right. How helpful is this? What do you guys say? All right. I like that. Check this out. Let me show you. Doop. Huge enhancer, I believe David is right. I just joined the bootcamp. Good, David. Great to have you. Liz joined as well. Excellent. Welcome, you guys. I'm excited. We're starting on Monday. It's going to be a great class. Every day I'm going to send you an email. In that email will be a link. You're going to watch a little video. Each day is broken down into these little video lessons that are recorded for you. It's about 10, 15 minutes, sometimes a little longer, but usually about 10, 15 minutes. You're going to watch that. But here's the best part. At the end, you're going to take that information you learn and make a video. So you're training that muscle. You're not just learning and then thinking, I'm going to do this later. You're going to do it now. Short little video. The whole process will not take a long time. Consume the content, learn some lesson, learn a strategy or a technique, and then do it. That's the best way to learn. And then we're going to do it again and again and again. So by the time we're done, 21 videos will be done or more. And you will realize it's really like talking on the phone, but you don't hold the phone like that. You hold it like that. That is all. There are things you need to know, of course. There are certain patterns we're going to incorporate. Some of the things I'm going to teach you are pattern interrupts, advanced loops, question pose. All these things that make the video more engaging will compel people to reach out to you, to start a dialogue with you. Yeah? So it's going to be good. I'm excited. Thanks for coming on board. Starting Monday morning, first video hits. Then every Friday, we're going to go on a live session. We have a private group where you're going to be posting your videos. I'm going to be reviewing them. And on Friday, I'm going to do a live review, plus answer your questions, help you with any technical issues that you're having, any problems you run into, and celebrate your victories. And we're going to track how many views your videos are getting. We're going to keep track. We're going to tally it up. And first person that hits the 1,000 is going to get personally from me a nice Amazon gift card. Yeah? So that's going to be good. So every Friday we're going to have a live review. There'll be 3 in total. That's a place where you and I can talk, you can ask questions, and we can review your videos. We're going to point out what you're doing well. We're going to point out what you need to do better in your next video. We're not going for perfection. The idea is not to be perfect at it. You don't want to be the next YouTube superstar. I mean, if you reach that point, fantastic. That's a bonus. The point is to establish your brand in your community, in your neighborhood, with your friends, where people start commenting how often they see your face and how they feel more connected to you. There's more familiarity. That's what video will accomplish. But the trick to that is repetition. One video will not do it, but if you do it repeatedly, even just one a week, and of course you can do a 3, 4, or 5 minute video a week. That's easy. If you notice you can do it daily, you can do it. You can do it. All right? And I'll show you how, of course. I will answer your questions. You can always email me during the bootcamp. You'll see plenty of examples. You're going to get all kinds of breakdowns. Downloads will be there as well. The topics, all of that is part of it. So if you're curious, here it is. realestatevideoplus.com is the URL. Sign up. It's $100. That's it, $100. Really cheap, but a good course. My biggest challenge is not for you to sell you on video. You already know that video rocks, that it is really a very powerful means to communicate, and whether it's one-on-one videos or social media videos. My challenge often is when people see the price, they get turned off. They think, oh, it's going to be shitty. That is a challenge. But I wanted to make it inexpensive, so you can't say, I can't afford it. That's how much I believe in the program. This is not our flagship profitable program, but it's most impactful one because most people can afford $100. Most people recognize the opportunity to do something different. These conditions where we are require a different approach. The same old doesn't work anymore. And I believe that video is one of the most powerful things you can incorporate. If you've been doing videos, we'll make you better. If you've been getting views, we're going to get you more views. But if you've never even tried video because you're nervous or uncomfortable or you simply hate the idea, I will help you. Here's why. If you're not going to do it, somebody else in your area is already doing it. If you're not going to get out there and sharpen your skills, if you let the intimidation or simply the resistance to it stop you, somebody's going to win the business over you. Not because they're a better agent, but because they overcome the resistance or the fear or lack of skill, and we can build all that. So it's not about the money. It's not about the discomfort. It's about how bad do you want the goals you want. I believe that video is one of those tools that can accelerate your progress. It's not the golden goose. It's not like I'm going to post videos and make $1 million. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but who knows, maybe down the road. But right now, no. You still need to call and prospect and lead generate and run ads and do all that. By the way, video ads right now, crushing it. And I'll show you how you can do cool little ads with video, if that's what you want, paid traffic. But what we're going to focus is free. Free posts with repetition on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, maybe TikTok if you want to be there. There are other channels, but primarily where most people are Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And I'll show you how to do that. Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, Instagram Posts, Instagram TV, Facebook Business, Facebook Personal, and then your YouTube channel. We're going to build all that. The cool thing is, one video, all these channels. Omnipresence. All right, friends, realestatevideoplus.com URL. Come join us. Check it out. I mean, it's a 100% money back guarantee. For whatever reason, you can't complete the course or don't want to do it, the recordings will stay up for at least 30 days. So you have 30 days, or there's an upgrade if you want. You can keep the recordings forever. You can access them for as long as you want. So if you want to retake the course, you want to rewatch it, or one specific lesson, how do I do my tags on YouTube again? You can go back and watch it. You can purchase an upgrade if you want. Okay, realestatevideoplus.com. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends. Tomorrow we will be talking about what tech you need, what gear do you need, everything very inexpensive. Most of the time I'm going to show you, I know I showed you the camera today, that's about $400 camera. Don't need it, but if you want to upgrade and you have the budget for it, awesome. Tomorrow I'm going to show you some simple tools you're going to need. There are 3 or 4 things you're going to need. And I'm going to show you the mistakes that so many agents make when it comes to video. You know the biggest one? I'll tell you tomorrow. All right. Thanks very much for being here today. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the bootcamp on Monday. My name is Borino. I appreciate you guys very much. Let's go get him. Bye, everybody.